back to another episode of On Campus here at the Solano College TV studio. I'm your host, Devanique Brown, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Robert Murray.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank
I
you.
want them to know that currently you are the play-by-play announcer.
Yeah, I currently do play-by-play announcing here at Solano. It's my second semester, and it's been a fun experience, just the whole 2 years I've been here.
Amazing. And before we get into what you're actually doing, what that looks like, let us know a little bit about your past high school experience, if you had any interest in doing radio, audio, TV production, if you played sports.
Going from high school, I did my first 2 years in New Mexico. That's where I used to live before I lived in California. So going into my freshman year, I tore my Achilles, and just really the recovery and rehab from that, playing baseball and everything, I was just like, you know what? I think it's time that I let the game that I love go and realize that it wasn't going to be for me at the end of the day. And my mom really piqued my interest in broadcasting because she's always talking to me during my high school years. She was like, you know, so many facts about these sports, and you say what they're going to say on the TV all the time. I think broadcasting might be the way to go. So we moved out to California, figuring it'd be a better option for colleges and everything as I got older. And coming here to Solano, it's been one of the greatest experiences in my life, for sure.
Shout out to moms.
Shout out, Mom.
I do want to highlight, you said you tore your Achilles.
Yeah.
Okay. I also tore my Achilles about a year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago.
It is a crazy experience.
I mean, I had a partial tear. Thankfully, the thing didn't fully snap on me.
Okay.
But it just sucks, the rehab, the recovery, everything you got to do for it. I was on crutches for a while, and then you got to learn to trust yourself to walk again. It's not one of the funnest experiences. People are right with how they describe the injury.
Yeah.
It really does feel like someone kicks the absolute daylights out of you.
Yeah.
And I just wouldn't wish it on anyone. Just seeing, especially recently, I'm wearing a Timberwolves shirt. I saw Dante DiVincenzo in the playoffs tear his. So, and just all these superstars in the NBA, it's crazy how much that injury has become so common.
I was playing flag football, thought somebody kicked me. I turned around, there's nobody there, and I said, oh my goodness. At that point in time, I've already finished my collegiate years. You said you were a freshman?
Yeah, I was going into my freshman year.
How does that affect you, somebody who's interested in sports and wanting to play? That's a huge injury.
You know, I think it definitely took a toll on me mentally, because as a kid, you just love sports. Like,
sure.
that's all you know. It's your life. You don't care about anything else going on. School was just, it's whatever, but sports was the thing that truly made me happy, and just having to give it up was definitely one of the tougher mental things, especially going into COVID too. COVID was happening at that time, and it was just a crazy, unique experience, but I think God has just put me here right where I'm supposed to be.
Absolutely. And with God and your mom, you ended up here at Solano.
Ended up here at Solano.
Did you go searching for programs around the area?
I mean, I did a little bit of research coming out here. I knew that we were moving more towards the Bay Area because my mom loves Northern California. Who wouldn't love Northern California? It's a cooler climate, more towards the coast as well. And I saw Solano, it was there. And I knew community college, and after doing research, what happens at the community college level and FAFSA and everything like that, you learn about all these things as you're going through your senior year. And I realized that, you know, I could save a chunk of money just by going to Solano, seeing they have something with sports broadcasting in it. So I was like, I might as well give this a shot. Yeah,
and that you did. So you gave this a shot. You looked at the classes. How
Absolutely.
Did you become just a regular freshman incoming to becoming a play-by-play announcer?
My freshman year coming into this class, I came in with Mason Flores. Most people probably know his talents on the broadcast or the color commentating side of things. Pretty funny, hilarious dude. I just remember coming in and also meeting Malcolm, our main producer he was for my few years here. And I remember leaning over to him, I go, how old are you? And he goes, 22. And I go, damn, just out of habit. Not because, like, you're in college, you expect everyone to be around the same age as you. That's what you're used to. But then you realize at community college it's different. You got different age groups and everything like that. And I think just coming in here, the class wasn't as big, not as many students in it, so it was really easy for students like Mason and I get in the booth. Him and I would switch off during football broadcast on color commentating, and we would do camera work sometimes. That's what you gotta do. You gotta start your way low, then you work your way up.
For sure.
And then I remember coming into this year, Poff was telling me, he's like, I think I want you as our main guy for play-by-play. And I said, okay, I'm ready for the challenge. And that's been a great year. We did 44 broadcasts from the fall to the spring, so it's been a lot of enjoyment.
Yeah, and can you describe exactly what a play-by-play announcer is? It seems pretty straightforward, but there's probably some people out there that have no idea what exactly you do.
Yeah, play-by-play announcing, you probably, if you ever turned on a Super Bowl or anything like that, it's the main guy describing what's happening during the play. So you'll hear so-and-so's running down the left side and he scores, touchdown. So like you'll hear that. That's what the main play-by-play guy does. He draws you and he gets your attention. He makes you excited about the play that's happening. And then color commentary, I'll go into that a little bit. It's just the guy after. He describes what happened after the play, things that you probably didn't see as you were watching, you know?
Yeah, and to me, correct me if I'm wrong, play-by-play announcers, if I'm in the car, radio's on, you're the person that will be giving me every single thing that's going on. I don't need a visual.
If you're a radio announcer, man, you got to give so much detail. I can't imagine if during our webcast, I feel like I give a lot of detail a little bit, or I try to at least. I try to describe the count, how the batter is, how tall. Sometimes I get his height, weight in there just so people can like understand what type of player is up. If it's a smaller, skinnier guy, you're probably not expecting a home run call out of me then. But if it's a stockier guy, you can probably expect a big hit coming in baseball. That's what I relate it to more, because that's my favorite sport ever, baseball.
You mentioned that your mom knew that you had this talent. I see you at games and you're so prepared. You have a notebook, you have different color pens. Give us some background on how you prepare and why do you do so well or so much in preparing?
I mean, preparation, really as a play-by-play guy, your preparation is a lot, especially because you want to know facts or some things, information you could bring up, because not always games are going to be as entertaining as possible. Sometimes you got to draw in the crowd with an interesting fun fact that you can bring into the broadcast or anything like that. My main hope is that I write these stats down for no reason, is that I don't have to use them, but they're there in case I do need it. And you do hours and hours of research at home, and you know, the colored pen thing, I started this year, especially with scoring in baseball. I use like orange if a run scored, or I try to color base what the teams are. Solano's always this dark blue we have here, so I always color them in with a blue pen. And then sometimes with my note taking, I'll color coordinate stats with teams. So like Solano, obviously I'll put all their stats in blue. So if I read a blue stat, I know I'm talking about Solano. And usually I'll go with a black pen for the away team, and I'll be like, okay, that's the away team. And that's how it is with the color pens. That's what I like to do. Everyone has their own niche. I'm sure Mason has what he does. Holden has what he does, you know. So everyone's just got to be their own unique person at the end of the day.
Yes, I've had the pleasure of sitting in your spot midway during a game. And I was like, oh, he is ready and prepared.
Yeah,
so kudos to you.
For sure. I mean, definitely I could have a lot more notes done, I think. But, you know, just you got to be prepared going into a broadcast. Like, what if Mason Sayer doesn't play that day, or someone else? You got to be prepared with bringing up another player's stats. You just got to be prepared for any situation.
And with preparation, everything's not always perfect. What challenges do you face or have you faced in the broadcast?
I mean, challenges, I don't know, audio challenges, you know, setting up equipment, making sure everything's good. Sometimes, you know, Poff, he gets real happy when equipment doesn't get set up right. But other than that, I mean, just working people in and out of the broadcast, because it's student run. A lot of kids, they want to get their voice in on a broadcast. They want to be well known. They're trying to do what I'm doing, work my way up, you know, and be this excellent person on a broadcast. So it's really hard to find that unique voice in there as well. Just working in a lot of people, and it's getting comfortable with new people. Like, I'm so comfortable with Mason and Holden on these broadcasts. I feel like we're giggling sometimes, you know. I hope it's entertaining for people. We try not to be a nuisance, but, you know, sometimes it happens. We're just young adults at the end of the day. But for the most part, I think our broadcasts go pretty well. And it's just gaining that experience and culture with your classmates.
For sure. And how do you challenge yourself as well? You, like we said, you're prepared, you know your things. How do you continue to sharpen that craft?
I think it's just, you know, reading your intro, you got to have that memorized. You can't just really read it. Poff doesn't like it when you're reading it because obviously it sounds like you're going to read it, like you're reading or telling a story. You want it to sound like you're in the flow of just talking with your other broadcast mates that are up there. And then I challenge you try to get your vocab expanded, but you obviously don't want to use words that no one will know. Like you look at a dictionary, you read a word and you're like, no one's going to know that one. So you're like, why am I even writing this word down? You got to scratch it off. But Holden, I know he challenged himself with the vocab. He used the word fortuitous. He likes using that one, which means it's more like a fortunate thing that's going to happen for you. So I think it's just challenging yourself with your vocabulary as a broadcaster.
For sure. And you mentioned Holden has his go-to word. Do you have like a phrase or something that you typically say that when people hear it, they're like, oh yeah, that's Robert?
I don't know if I really I think with my sign off, I really try to say, I'm like, and I'm Robert Murray saying good night. Nice. So I try to end it off with that usually, making it like knowing people, the broadcast has ended, Robert Murray was on the call, and I try to give credit to everyone I can. Absolutely,
you do. You've shouted out some of us on the crew sometimes, which is really nice because obviously they hear your voice, but they don't see all the things that come on the back end.
I wouldn't be as good of a broadcaster without the production team behind me. They make everything, they pop the stats up on the screen for us. Sometimes we can read that off. They also just make sure that we're focusing, like they'll count down 5, 4 when we're coming back from break. AJ's been really good at that. Malcolm's really good at that. Mason, when he does production, it's really good at that. I mean, for what it is being student run, you got to give everyone props with how well it is for being a student-led broadcast.
Absolutely. And hearing all the positives, is there something you could think of that can better improve this program?
Better improve the program? I mean, I was going to say the TriCaster, but I think that upgrade's coming in next year. It's going to hopefully be HD quality for people and everything like that. But I think as like a collective as students, I think a lot more students should challenge themselves when they're in this class. I think I could have probably challenged myself a little bit more, probably learn more of the production side of things. Because I did a camera, I've done broadcasting. I think learning the production side of things, just knowing, like I know how to set things up, but not to the extent where people behind me on the production know how to do it. They could do it in seconds, and I'm like, this goes here, I think, and then it's trial and error. But yeah, I think you just gotta challenge yourself in life and anything you do.
Yeah. I could agree more. Like, I couldn't agree more. I feel like there's a lot of times where I'm kind of nervous or Poff will ask something and I'm like, oh, talk about it, or I'll do it. So I think you're hitting it on the nail with that. What is next for you? What does your future look like? What is your dream role?
I'll be around Solano next year. Got to finish up the associate's degree and everything like that. So I think I'll probably intern for Poff, be around here, help out other students. And Nathaniel Thomas, we mentioned him a lot on broadcast. He's been here. I think I'll do some games for him as well. Yeah. And, you know, just going to the College of Marin or doing the American Canyon games for football. I think it's just getting that experience and then putting your stuff out there, making a demo reel, sending it into companies. Hopefully someone takes a chance on you, right?
Absolutely. And what companies would you like to send your demo reel? Like, where could we see Robert and hear your voice?
Probably just get in anywhere I can, really. That's anything to do with broadcasting. Probably radio. Radio is like a good chance, good shout, hopefully, to get out there, try to get my voice out there.
For sure. And as we look to the future, what can you tell the next class that's going to come in? What words of advice, would you give them?
The words of advice to the next class that comes in? I mean, Poff will tell you this, treat it like it's ESPN out there, you know? You got to be professional as you can. But just take your time with it as well. Enjoy it while you're in the moment, because I think if you don't enjoy the moment while you're in this class, especially if you're coming for the certification that you get for being in the class for 4 semesters, I think it could go by, it could be a blur on you. So it's why when you show up to every broadcast or if you're coming to the studio, I think you just gotta cherish those moments with your classmates and with Poff, because who knows how long Poff's gonna be teaching, you know?
Yeah.
He could decide to retire whenever he wants, but I think he just loves when new students come in, and he likes seeing the challenge of being able to help these students. So
For sure.
I would say appreciate Poff as well. Poff's a big help, and I don't think I would be anywhere near the broadcaster without him, without the charisma or the insight that he gives us.
Absolutely. I have enjoyed having you here. I also want to give you your flowers.
Thank
I
you.
feel like I've got to see you on the broadcasting point of it, but we've also had some really deep conversations as a class.
Yeah,
and you're
you do.
so insightful. I think you often are very open and vulnerable about your thoughts and opinions, which is mostly needed, not only on the broadcast, but having regular conversations.
I think just being open and available, because, you know, everyone has their own hard upbringing in life.
Yeah.
People are going through whatever, and I just think not knowing what people are going through is a crazy concept, because it's how you carry yourself in life. People see you that way. They don't really know if you're battling anything mentally or anything going on at home physically, whatever's going on there. So I think I just try to be as nice as I can to people around here, try to make a lot of people feel included, because you never know what's going on in life.
Absolutely, and you've done that with me. So thank you for being here.
Of
Again,
course.
This was another episode of On Campus with Robert and me, your host, Devanique Brown. We hope to see you again soon. Bye.
That was good. Good host.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting,
Whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports, it's an education.